You're probably here because your dollar defense sucks. Why is it that when you run the dollar defensive A-Gap Blitz, it looks like this? But when you face this same very blitz, it looks like this. The truth is, there's a lot that the pro players don't want you to know about this blitz.
What else is new?
So let's go ahead and start off with our playbook. We are in the Kansas City Chiefs defensive playbook. This is far and away the most popular defensive playbook in the game because it boasts the dollar and the 4-3 even 6-1. It also has my favorite defense, which is the big nickel over G, as well as nickel over, which is a fan favorite as well. Now, as far as your auto alignment, most players are going to run this on base align. I do want to warn you that if you face someone who likes to flip their formation offensively or audible in your on base align, you will not be able to adjust corners without unbase aligning first. I did a video dedicated to this, so if you guys want more details on that, go back and watch this. It's the video about the lockup glitch. Now, in terms of your zone settings, a lot of players will adjust these snap to snap based off of the down and distance. For the purpose of this video, we're going to pretend that we're defending your standard flood metas for a lot of this, so we'll set 30 and 5 for our zone settings. And as far as option defense goes, I probably would go conservative, but going to be up to you based off of what you're facing. So let's go ahead here and get into kind of the plays you need to be aware of with this particular defense. Now, this part is very important. Turn match off. If you do not turn match off, you are going to get bombed in the most popular blitz play because there are a lot of glitches associated with that particular coverage. So turn this off so you don't get any wonky behavior. Now let's talk about the plays you can run this out of. These plays are going to be cover to sink linebacker blitz, spinner. Some players like to run this overload 3 seam, but let's leave that out for a minute because the real play that most players are going to come out in is known as free safety zone blitz. So as I mentioned, this is a blitz that a lot of times can be pretty inconsistent. Now we're going to get straight into the setups here for this. Basically what players are going to do is they're going to press their defense right away because what occurs is that safety walks down the box and players don't want that. They're going to pinch their defensive line. And then this linebacker right here needs to not be in the gap. So if you ever have a situation where he's in the gap, click onto him, move him, and then click off of him and he'll go to the correct position. Now from here, this is the part where this blitz feels inconsistent for a lot of players. You'll a lot of times snap the ball and it'll get blocked just like so. And then from there, you're relying on sheds. Now, obviously sheds are good in this game as well. This is why this defense is pretty meta. But the truth is the major secret that a lot of players do not tell you about this defense is that you need to back off the right slot corner. So you want to individually back him up. For those that don't know how to do this, this is basically you're going to hit the Y button to bring up your coverage adjustments. Then you're going to hit A for individual. This would be triangle and then X on PlayStation. So, you know, use the buttons accordingly on the correct console. You're going to choose the second receiver from the right. So in this case, it's Travis Kelce, and you're going to back up using the right analog stick up, and that's going to back him off. Now, this is where the major part that a lot of players get wrong. I've seen some pro players say this. They will tell you that you want to back off both slot corners. Here is the honest truth. If you do this, it can work, but it actually leads to a little bit of inconsistency. You see right there, the guard was able to make this play pretty effectively. The other thing that a lot of players don't tell you, and I don't know if you noticed this, but did you see how the Mata Beast is glowing here on this play? I am a firm believer, and maybe I'm in the minority on this. You do not want glowing X Factor players when you run this. The reason that I say this is that for some reason, the offensive line targets pre-lit X Factors or just X Factors in general when they're glowing, and this can change the way the offensive line targets. So if you're a player out there that runs dollar and you like to put a bunch of unstoppable forces on your defensive line, I'm not here to tell you you can never get this blitz to come in with them glowing. I'm just saying that you're probably hurting your chances of it coming in effectively if they are. Now, before I get into the true best way to set up this blitz, if you guys could do me a solid, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, hit that notification bell, and maybe drop a comment below. Definitely make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I'm dropping fire every single day in the morning with long form videos and then shorts in the afternoon with little tips that can help improve your game here and there. So here's what they're not telling you. Yes, we are pinching our line. Yes, we are pressing. Yes, we are backing off the slot corner, but only that slot corner. This is the big difference in this blitz working and not working because this slot corner is the reason the left side of the offensive line glitches out, okay? A lot of players back this guy off, and this makes it so the offensive line to the left side knows exactly who they need to look at. The presence of this player, Alexander, in this press alignment is the reason for this blitz working. Also, like I mentioned, you kind of don't want any of these guys up front glowing. It's okay if they have abilities, you don't want them glowing. So if done correctly, you're going to end up with this A-gap coming in quite effectively. This is where you're going to notice the offensive line double teams that left of screen defensive end, and the A-gap is open. So again, notice here when we kind of zoom out a little bit, you have the left slot corner pressed. That's going to make it so that tackle is definitely keen to the potential of him coming off that edge. The left guard in that scenario has to be responsible for number 48 in white. What ends up happening is they don't end up blitzing off the left slot, so both double team that defensive end, and now the A-gap is wide open for the loop pressure. This is why this blitz comes in. So again, let's go ahead and kind of set this up. It's press. It's back off the right slot, leave the left slot in his regular alignment. And then if this guy's stuck in the gap, just kind of tap him and click off. And then from there, it's all about finding where you like to use her. Depending on the formation, some formations will want you to stand right here over the guard. Against certain formations, standing over the tackle is going to be better. But in general, you see right there that opens up the A-gap. The guy came in clean, but they kind of ran into Vita Vea because he's 350 pounds. But again, you saw that the double team on that defensive end came in. I'll start to kind of rapid fire this a little bit for you. You're going to see here that, you know, again, this is not a 100% blitz, but it's still going to come in enough where it's scary. It's going to move people off their landmark. So again, as you run this over and over and over, you're going to find out that these are the reasons why this comes in. Now, this is the part where we kind of get into what happened in the Madden Bowl. You obviously saw John Beast was out there with a different slide protection for this, and it really wasn't even a slide protection. It was more or less just that he double teamed the right of screen defensive end. So what we're going to do here is we're going to set this up again, and I'm going to show you guys kind of how this is blocked. Whenever you see this blitz, especially when they back up off of that right slot, it's really important that you guys are kind of aware of what you need to do. And what that adjustment that John Beast did is he put this double team on the right of screen defensive end. And that basically tells the right guard and right tackle that you need to block this guy. And it kind of reorients the center, left guard, and left tackle to block the three remaining rushers, which are the nose tackle, the defensive end, and then that A-gap rusher. So now when you do this, it actually ends up with the guard ready for that particular player. From there, you're just basically setting up your route combo. So you see right there that adjustment is quite good. Now, again, a lot of players out there in the community are going to kind of be ready for this. For one, there are specific quarterback animations that are associated with IDing the mic and double teaming. A lot of times, you know, players are kind of aware that this is the meta now, where if you double team this guy, now you're basically saying, I've got 5 to block 4, so we can double team this guy and have the correct number 3-on-3 to the other side. Players are going to be pretty aware with this, and what they're going to start doing is they're going to start blitzing this slot corner off of the left of screen. So once you get into that, if you are going to do the double team, you're going to want to kind of ID the mic over here. And I would actually slide protect to the right, because what that's going to do is that is going to make it so you're still double teaming the right of screen defensive end. You're still having your center, left guard, and left tackle block the 3 players. And then the running back is responsible for the player opposite of your slide protection. So when we slide protect to the right, the running back targets left. And we're using the ID the mic feature on that slot corner over there to tell the running back specifically who we need to worry about. So again, here you want that ID the mic on the left. So now in this situation, it would require that you would block 6, even though they're only sending 5. And if you actually run this protection here against this blitz, you're going to end up being in an okay spot where you see that it actually blocks it okay. And then from there, you're making your passes accordingly. Again, be aware of knockouts, set up your route combos based off of your opponent's tells. But this is a really simple way to pick up this blitz. So again, as you see right here, we put the double team on the right of screen defensive end, and then the other 3 linemen, technically, whatever reason, the center went over there to do the double team, but you saw the guard, the running back both go over to the left, and we're basically 4-on-4 against those players. And then from there, make your reads flat, dig, post, whatever it is you're throwing on these to kind of keep your opponents honest. But again, this is why this is the most customizable blitz in the game. Most players that run it don't run it the right way, but this is the way that it is supposed to be run. And then obviously, if you guys are, you know, trying to block it, give you guys the counter for that as well. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, like I said, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you guys check out my strategy website, gridirongameplans.gg. We've been talking about this blitz over on Gridiron for months, literally months, since basically it came back out, I would say way. This meta has been prominent since basically October, late October, but it's evolved a little bit. And we've been on top of this since basically October. So go check it out. $9.95 a month unlocks the entire website. If you guys want to improve your game, I promise you it's the best $9.95 you can ever spend. It's going to tell you everything you need to know about the pro metas, how to counter them. You guys are going to make more coins if you play Ultimate Team, so you don't have to rip bundles. You can make more coins and buy the players you want. So I hope you guys will check that out. I will see you guys tomorrow. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.